January 2023, Sequential Intercept Model Conference. What are the chances that a 3-day conference could somehow attract so many people from so many agencies, services, and individuals from all walks of life together for one common goal? Our kids, and finding ways to intercept or step in to change the course of their lives and ours. With speakers that come not just to share the latest research and proven tools, but to listen and let so many share their ideas and expertise with each other.
All of them have done some, we call emptying the cup, so you can fill it up. But I will also say, this science has been around for 20 plus years, and these folks, and partly because of Christine and how Eastern Iowa has been working since 2009, they're pretty prepared for this. They already have a lot of expertise in how to be multimodal and how to be flexible. What we came in to do, and they're accepting it, is you have great practice, you have great energy, you have incredible creativity around working with really challenging cases. Here's a structure that, if you decide to adopt it, is going to make the success of all the things you're doing come to fruition at a much higher level.
It means it's the opportunity to take information out of the laboratories, out of the published journals and so forth, where the information is incredibly valuable, but people who are not in the professions are not consuming it, and so are losing the opportunity to translate information into action. So my goal in doing this kind of work is to provide the frontline workers and the people who design the systems that the frontline workers occupy the information that they need to have science-informed practices and policies that can yield the results that we hope, which ultimately focus upon the well-being of children in our community and therefore our community itself.
To make sure the tools we are using and the strategies that are working or being tested are the best they can be for these frontline providers and for those who follow in their footsteps.
Just like a professional football team. The quarterback is a quarterback, but there's a backup quarterback, and then there's a third string quarterback, and they know all the plays. So as they develop that idea of moving this collaborative system up.
But would people really give up 3 days to talk strategy in a somewhat crowded conference room as work piles up?
I was very surprised Christine Grayard had been giving me updates on how many people had registered, and when it hit 85, I was very excited, but then when it went over 140, 145, 150, like, wow.
It's pretty phenomenal. It shows the strength of our community and everybody coming together. We're working on building a network to support our community, and I think the number of people in that room shows that.
Lori and Christine and her team with the Eastern Iowa region got it all started.
So the phrase, "it takes a village to raise a child," is very true. It was true years ago, it's still true today. And so to see everybody coming out to keep trying to make a better system of care for these kids it's very heartwarming, it's very rewarding as someone who has practiced in this community my entire professional life, to see coming in, we're going to keep trying and we're going to keep trying until we get it right.
And they must be getting something right, as educators, police, courts, and so many more turned out in force.
Creating that bridge, bridging those gaps is why I'm here. Bridging those gaps, it's going to ultimately help the community, and that's the goal for everybody. We want the community to be better, we want the community to be safer, and this is the start.
Extremely important. We all work in our little silos. We know our jobs, we know what we're doing, but we don't always know what the forest is doing around us and what's going to happen, what's happening before we see the kids, what's happening after, and what services are available to supplement what we do.
We have a lot of people who are really motivated and still have passion about their jobs, and that fills my heart. Every person out there, I know they have other things to do for these 3 days, and we do too, but it's worth the time.
So, was it worth their time?
I think the conference has been great because it brings together people who really need to connect and have conversations that we haven't had before. And I think that's important because if we don't, we're creating all of these services independently and people are falling through the gaps because we're not having conversations. And it's as simple as sitting down with 150 other people saying, how do we work together better, and what's missing, and how do we fill those gaps?
It's been an absolutely phenomenal conference. I'm so grateful I had this opportunity to come today.
Seeing people from juvenile court, seeing people from coming out of their practice to come to this for 3 days, it just shows how committed people are to helping.
Definitely worth missing all of my emails and work for. It's been a wonderful experience, and it doesn't feel like it's been 3 days. It feels like it's been a few hours.
There's an opportunity for us just to come together and put faces with some of the names you see through email, or also realize that some of us have the same barriers, and some of us have been through those barriers and been able to knock down those walls to be able to save some of these young children. So I enjoyed it. 3 days is not enough. Usually 3 days is like, well, too much. There's so much to learn. So
typically coming to a conference where it's 3 days and 8 hours a day, a lot of talking, a lot of processing new information. By day 3, you're kind of looking at the clock and waiting for it to be done. But I really came in this morning energized and excited, and I feel when we were doing our checking in with our tables, it just seemed like there was an energy in the room that was thrilling.
It's reinforced that what I'm doing is what I need to be doing, and I can always look forward to collaborating with somebody, but most importantly, it's giving me steps for the future.
With more conferences in the works, the future looks brighter for the families that are getting help and those here that are so determined to make a difference. One child, one intercept, one new tool or connection at a time. And yes, we are just getting started.